Welcome back to the Nickel and Dime Football Show. We are so happy you guys are here with us during your Christmas or holiday or whatever you may be celebrating for your holiday. We wish you a great one. Listen, we're buttoned up here. I got on the little parka, the little throw over because it's cold outside. But these games are getting hot, and it's 3 weeks left in the season, baby. You are here with us. We thankful. It's Nickel and Dime.
Man, you couldn't have said it better, Shawn. 3 weeks left. It's holiday season. Stay tuned because later on in the show, we're talking about a couple teams, what they would have on their Christmas wish list if Santa hit up NFL teams. But let's kick it straight into that week 15 recap.
Let's do it.
The Thursday night game might have been, arguably the game of the week. Hit us first. Chiefs hang on in overtime to take care of division rival, the LA Chargers.
True. We mentioned this might be the game of the week. We told y'all coming up that this was going to be the marquee matchup, and it just happened to prove us right, Drew. This game had everything. It had everything. Yeah.
It was so good. Pat Mahomes continued to do Patrick Mahomes things, 410 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. And Herbert was right there dueling him, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
Yeah.
But your guy, my guy, Travis Kelce, 191 yards and 2 touches.
Yeah. Yeah. It vintage Kelce, honestly,
yes.
to be honest with you, Drew, this game to me proved that the Chiefs are back. People have been saying it for a couple weeks, things like that, seeing signs here or there, because the momentum, it was crazy, but the momentum was all Chiefs early, and then it just wasn't for the large part of the game. And honestly, this game showed to me, I know the Chargers lost, but overall, I think I'm taking away more positives than negatives because they were hanging right there with the Chiefs. They were the aggressor, and the Chiefs had to come back to fight little brother. Little brother was dominating the game, and in the end, that's why I proved that the Chiefs are back, because it proved to me that they can still do everything they need to do when it needs to be done, and we hadn't really seen that a lot. Now we'll say this: shout out Nick Bolton, shout out Charvarius Ward. Both had very good games. But Drew, Kansas City needs more from the running game, my guy.
Yeah, because you would think that this comeback would mean that Hilaire's back, but Patrick Mahomes kind of taking the brunt of it in the offense, which a little foreshadowing to housekeeping notes. COVID's latest stop has been Kansas City, so we'll see who's left for this offense on Sunday. So
yeah, man, and Drew, I think it exacerbates the problem because of how much Kelce and Hill, you just mentioned it, Kelce had a day, so did Hill. And that's the problem, is because now these two guys may be out, but they dominated the stat sheet for Kansas City during this game. So if you don't have those two guys, who's going to step up for this Kansas City Chiefs team? And that is where I have a problem, because if you've seen, if those two guys get shut down or if they have an off day, Kansas City might have problems.
Yeah. And to finish out the year, Kansas City has Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Denver. No cupcake schedule there.
No, not at all. Not at all, man.
Well, next up, 2 of those teams that they played this past week. The Bengals getting the better of Denver. Baby Burrow didn't have to do a lot. Had 157 yards and a touchdown. Mixon didn't do a lot. Not a lot of offense in this game, period.
It wasn't. Shout to the defenses.
Yeah, scary moment for Teddy Bridgewater, though. He got popped and had to get that collision with the ground. I don't know if you saw it. It was tough.
It was a lot of collisions with the ground these past couple of weeks that have caused some significant damage. Donald Parham, another guy. So hopefully those guys are okay.
2 back-to-back days, back-to-back
And it's just weird. Not only head injuries, but like I say that because also Mike Evans, he was fine, and then he messed his hamstring up when he came down. So I don't know how that even works, but the ground is these
unforgiving.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Do you think the Bengals showed you more in this win, or did the Broncos show you more in the loss?
Ooh, I would have to say it'd have to be the Bengals for me because the Broncos, Teddy throwing out the Teddy situation, the quarterback largely didn't show me much, and we knew that coming
Drew
in.
Lock came in and threw a touchdown. Huh?
I mean, again, but he didn't have many attempts or all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's just
I know.
Typical Drew Lock situations, man. But yeah, I think it was more. I think it was definitely better for Cincinnati, but I have to say, concerning to me that Joe Mixon had another meh game.
Yeah, that was a little weird. But I mean, good to see Tyler Boyd, little resurgence.
Right, finally had a
Jamar Chase. It's been a Jamar Chase show, and it was good to see. Boyd was like, nah,
right,
I'm still here too.
And thought it was going to be T. Higgins if it wasn't Chase, but I think honestly overall, the best player on the field was Javonte Williams. That game,
love that guy, man.
Yeah, so
he's making people. He's running through people. He's making people miss. He got a late hit and got popped. They didn't call it. He just looked at the ref and went right back to the line and ran it again the next down. So that's
what a running back does.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders got the Browns. That was a game, man. I enjoyed watching that. Nick Mullins, we meet again.
You can't quit that man. You cannot quit that man. He's gonna show up in your dreams, your nightmares,
man.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna show up in some Cleveland Browns fans' nightmares. 147 yards and a touchdown. For your backup, not terrible. Not terrible.
I
mean, he definitely didn't help him win. He's he's no Tyler Huntley, but
he is not. He is not. And I think like we've been showing, and we'll get to this in a minute, but we've been showing the Tyler Huntley love since the preseason, and now I'm starting to see articles everywhere about this man. So
many teams already are popping up that don't have a quarterback.
Yes. But they're not going to get rid of him. But getting back to the Cleveland game, Drew, I got a horrible passing for his low scoring game. Every call is paramount, right? And it was a horrible pass interference call on Cleveland that actually should have been offensive pass interference, in my honest opinion.
I mean, that was a theme for this week, especially, is bad calls.
Yeah,
that Bears Vikings game was tough to watch because of bad calls.
Yeah, and I definitely need us to get to a point for fans who love the league and for the league itself that the refs have to be better, man. They have got to be better. I don't know what we need to do, but
make it a real job, I guess.
Full-time refs, not lawyers, impartial lawyers. But no, I do think this team the Browns would have benefited had they kept Odell. It just rears his ugly head again, man.
I mean, he seems to be thriving in LA.
Yeah, and Nick Mullins needed somebody else to throw to. Like, I can't say that
Landry was out, and I mean, he doesn't have a great track record of staying on the field in the first place.
Yeah, not here recently, but I can't say that Odell wouldn't have caught COVID had he still been in Cleveland.
Right. He would have been right there with Baker on the sideline, or at home. I loved Baker's tweets during the game too. That was pretty good.
Oh God. And of course, like, I got to mention the Vegas defense, like, they weren't really tested. So the numbers can be deceiving. So I'm a little iffy on Las Vegas, man.
Was pumped to see Zay Jones pop up. Had 67 receiving yards, man.
Throw them hooks up.
Yeah.
Baby. Go Pirates. Go
Pirates. I got my PD right here. That sounded terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, Derek. I always get it mixed up. Derek.
Yeah, the one with the less nice hair.
D. Carr.
Yeah, there you go.
236 yards, touchdown, and a pick. Just a roller coaster, man. Like, every game we watch with the Raiders, you don't know which car is going to show up.
Yeah,
you don't know what coaching staff play calling is going to show up. You don't know if they're going to rely on Jacobs, if he's going to be able to produce anything. It's literally a flip of the coin anytime the Raiders take the field.
And I think that's why at least they're a fun watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't know what you're going to get. Oh man. I think it, not only do I mention that it will be a fun watch, but it might be a better time to watch it with actual Raider fans to see them go through the motions. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I want to be there. I might get anxious for them.
as long as they not fighting.
Right. You know? Like, hey, calm down, buddy. All right.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to you, my man. We gotta touch on it. The Saints get another one on you in the regular season. I know y'all win when it counts, when it matters, but it's still got to suck to be 0-4 against them the last 2 regular seasons.
Yeah. It sucks. It hurts. It hurts. It honestly hurts, man. I like 9 points, Drew.
Yeah. Just a terrible offensive game on both sides.
Yes. And not only that, but we mentioned 9 points. 9 points given up by your top defense. And you couldn't score 10 points as a number 1 offense to win the game in your home stadium where you had been undefeated up until this point. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care. Like, honestly, I hit the mic. I don't care.
Show that emotion.
Right. I don't care who you don't have. Right. We're supposed to be a team that is deep in weapons. Yeah. Where were they at? OJ Howard, I will see you next time,
Scooter?
buddy. Scooter not doing nothing. Scooter wasn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? He was on the field and he wasn't doing anything. Hey. So Cameron Brate had a bad game. Gronk had a bad game.
I saw him drop some play. Yeah.
It was a complete loss. And honestly, the loss is not on Brady. It's not on the defense. It's on the coaching staff. Mm-hmm. It is on the offensive line and pretty much everybody else on the offense, not named Perriman, Evans, Godwin, Fournette, and Rojo. It's on everybody else. It's on everybody else. The Saints own the Bucs, man. They own them.
Damn, I know that hurt for you to say that.
It's true.
I know, but you still can't tell me it didn't hurt.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts right now.
Well, I just throw some stats at you. Taysom Hill, 154 yards in the air, 33 rushing, still led his team in rushing. Yep. Brady, 214 yards and a pick. Was it just a bunch of because I caught the highlights, but was it just a 3 and out, just back and forth?
Yes, yeah. It was a 3 and out, and like the whole time, basically, Drew, you like they would go 3 and out, and the Bucs would go 3 and out, and then you're like, okay, here we go. This is where the offense is going to come on. This is where the offense is going to come on. Oh, Mike's out. Okay, this is where the offense is going to come on. Damn, Chris is down. Still, this is where and it's like it just never matriculated into anything. And at that point, when we go off the field, you're like, well, damn, this has to be when the Saints are going to luck into a touchdown. We keep giving these motherfuckers opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It's like eventually it's going to happen. And it didn't. And you still couldn't muster up. And just a bad performance, man. And honestly, I with who we lost, I don't know if we had everybody, I would feel really bad for the Panthers coming up this week. But
I mean, don't get me wrong, keep losing because not for us, I want a better draft pick because we're not going anywhere. I love that they keep putting us in the hunt.
Yeah.
No, not when Cam Newton goes 18 for 38.
Yeah, disgusting by the Bucs. We're done. Let's move on.
All right, let's get into 3 and out. We got more recap later on in the show for you when we talk about who are the good teams because nobody knows. So 3 and out. Shawn, take it away on first down when you are ready, sir.
Hey, first down, getting that bad taste out of my mouth. First down, Drew, I have a great question for you, buddy. I got a great question for you. Who would benefit more from a dominant wide receiver?
Ooh.
Baltimore or New England?
Ooh. What a question. Wow. I'm going to have to go Baltimore. Just because somebody, for the love of God, has to help out Mark Andrews. Like everyone knew they were going to him on that 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Everyone knew they were going to him the previous time the 2-point conversion failed. They got to have another
They
option.
need more
And
options.
Hollywood is not going to be your possession guy in the red zone.
No,
And
that's not his
and that's
game.
what's hurting them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Is they don't have, other than Andrews, because they don't even have, like in the past years, they had that second complimentary tight end. You know what I mean? They had the Boyles and everything, but like they got to have somebody else. Because I mean, at least the Patriots have a committee of people options. You know what I mean? Like they might not have that dominant receiver.
Right.
They got Jonnu Smith, they got Hunter Henry, they got Bourne, you know, they got Myers.
It's crazy. It's almost like you're in my head, because when I thought about this question, that's exactly what my mind went to. I'm like, it has to be Baltimore. And not only this, but to add to everything you just said, which was spot on, I think it has to be Baltimore, because if you throw an elite receiver into the Patriots, that's just something else that they can add.
Does that mess up their chemistry though?
What no, what I'm saying, I guess that just adds to, like, it's more of a committee approach, like you were saying. Like they don't need that in order to be successful. Whereas I think if you add that into Baltimore, it takes that offense
Elevates them
good to now elite.
Could you imagine if you flip-flopped? Like I would love to see what Baltimore could be if they had the weapons that the Patriots have.
Yeah.
Like if Lamar had a Henry and Smith on both sides.
Yeah.
Because he loves his tight ends. You know what I mean? Like they might not, either one of them might not be better than Mark Andrews, but collectively.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially with the approach. And then, I mean, but what you can't take away, I think the coaching staffs are, I mean, it's Belichick and it's Harbaugh. So they're not at the exact same level, but I think coaching staffs are good. So I mean,
Harbaugh, how long has he been in the league? Like my man's been there for a hot minute. So you got to give him at least resilience points, you know?
For sure. And he's got a chip, doesn't he? Like does he? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. So, all right. So now that we finally sourced that question out.
Get a receiver.
Right. Who you got on second down, man? What you got?
All right. Second down, I'm asking you to get into Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy's head. It's scary. I know. If you're the Cowboys, dangerous. Right. They're injured. Ezekiel Elliott's not right. And I don't care what you say, Dak Prescott's not right. He might not be on the injury report, but something's wrong.
Yeah.
If you seal it this week with a win over Washington, you resting some players?
Ooh. Good question. I would probably have to say no, only because they aren't right. Like I feel like they need to work through it, and you can't simulate game action.
No.
You know what I mean? Am I getting more conservative? Hell yeah.
Couple more reps for Pollard. You know what I mean?
Right. You know what I mean? Or the Pollard should be starting anyway. So like maybe a couple less reps for Pollard, or maybe more of an even split. We've been beating that train for beating that drum forever. But no, I'd probably say probably not resting starters though, Drew.
There's three things you can always take away from nickel and dime. Is Tony Pollard should be the starting runner back in Dallas. Check. Eric Bieniemy should be a head coach.
Check.
And the Carolina Panthers need a goddamn offensive line.
5 checks because there's 5 offensive lineman spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we've been beating that drum. Drew has been in with the Carolina Panthers. In my opinion,
Christian McCaffrey should be a slot receiver.
Well, maybe the numbers suggest, but in my opinion, just a quick aside before we get in the third down here, leave them off the field. Let that offensive line be as bad as possible, so this right here can keep being on the top.
Hey man, if it gets us a better draft pick and possibly new quarterback, then I would just say right now, currently,
right,
the Carolina Panthers are paying money to Teddy Bridgewater, Cam Newton, Darnold, and Matt Barkley.
Ooh, wow. Okay. I mean, the 4 horsemen, you know. I
PJ Walker.
I feel bad.
And PJ Walker.
Yeah, you got to pay PJ. He ain't playing for free.
We got 5 quarterbacks, and we ain't got no quarterbacks.
If you got more than one, you have none. So
what?
What a convoluted situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
It is. But
Yep.
all right, third down, man. Here we go. Third down. Talking about Dallas. We just talked about Dallas. I have to ask, with the last 3 games, Drew, we got to put it simply, can Dallas salvage this offense and win the last 3 games? Now, giving you a little context, they're versus Washington football team at home, versus Arizona
that's a win.
at home, and at Philadelphia to end the season. That's what I'm saying. 3-0 or not?
Nah. So one of those teams, Arizona or Philly, gets them. I truly believe with everything going on Washington football team that Dallas gets another win this week.
Yeah.
But I don't see them beating Arizona and Philly.
Yeah, or really put it this way, I don't see them beating Washington and Philly. Taking Arizona out of the equation because those are 2 divisional games. Washington does have a lot going on, but Philly, the last game of the season, unless they like just shit the bed and these 2 games prior, they're going to be fighting to give Dallas the business, especially last game. You want to leave a good taste in your mouth, stuff like that. So regardless, that's going to be a tough game.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
Yes, sir.
And I also think they're trending towards a first round exit from the playoffs too.
Dallas fans do not need that. They don't need that.
You really see them being in the Final Four of the NFC right now?
Interestingly enough, stay tuned to this show right here. Stay tuned because we are going to talk about which teams are good and which teams aren't. So
okay, all right.
We might have some shockers in there for y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe and stay tuned, baby.
I like it. All right, 4th down. I'm going for it, Shawn. Your Christmas present to me. Tell me right now, position aside, who is the best player in the NFL today?
Oh, best player position.
Who's numero uno in the NFL?
I thought that I wouldn't have a quarterback, but our best player or player who I would take, you know what I'm saying?
Like just straight. Who you think, if you had to give, like, because I know it always goes to a quarterback, but if you had to say who, like, because you all in the NBA, you're always talking about who's the best player, Durant, LeBron James, all that.
Right.
Who's the best player in the NFL?
I really have to say, and I love athletes, so I am probably going to go with, oh God, man,
on the spot,
DeAndre Hopkins.
Ooh,
I'm probably gonna go D-Hop.
I like it.
He's probably my best player because he hasn't really like shown signs of slowing down. And like honestly, if I have my choice at receiver, I'm picking him number 1 if he is healthy. Like give me young D-Hop, give me prime D-Hop, give me this D-Hop. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't got to sell me. I'm a huge D-Hop fan. I wish he was. I hope he's healthy by the playoffs because that's a whole nother Arizona Cardinal team.
Yeah. And like, give me somebody who's going to throw him the rock. I want 13 targets for D-Hop a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get 13 and he'll get you 100 and a touchdown, guaranteed.
Yeah. Gonna be a wrecking crew. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, got a couple housekeeping notes for you. The Bucks are banged up. Hate to say it, but Godwin done for the year, torn ACL. Waiting to hear back about Evans' hamstring, and Fournette is dealing with an ankle and a hamstring issue. Got to get some players healthy.
Gotta stop getting hit by dirty Saints players.
That's fair. But good news, Arians is bringing Antonio Brown back, so you got him on the way.
We had some wide receiver issues last year with injuries for spurts of the season, so it was no question in my mind they was bringing AB's ass back. It was never a question.
Yeah. Browns defensive end McKinley got an Achilles issue, out for the season. Giants are shutting down quarterback Daniel Jones for the year.
They need to be shutting him down and shipping him out.
I was about to say, is he done? Is he done?
He might be done. I don't know what the contract situation is like. That's going to dictate a lot.
I thought he was done. I thought he was it. This was it.
It might be. If it is, then he should be. And I think him and Gettleman are both gone. So Giants need to be in the quarterback
Coach
market.
Judge might be there too.
Maybe the Giants
Clean
need to
house.
be
Clean house.
hunting for a quarterback there.
We got 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
How many you want? We got him.
I mean, well, talking about Tyler Huntley.
I know. I'm just saying, can they take some of ours, please? Please take ours.
Take them checks off the books for y'all too.
Look, we'll give you Cam Newton and PJ Walker and Sam Darnold for a 5th round pick.
And a peanut butter sandwich.
What do you say? Chris Mara, come on, get on the phone. Let's make this happen. Chiefs, like we said, fallen. Hill, Kelsey, a bunch of them are on the COVID list. Yeah. So we'll see if they play against the Steelers this Sunday. Lions put Jared Goff on the list as well. So COVID is just running through the league.
It is, man. It's crazy too. It's crazy.
What a time. Panthers, Sam Darnold cleared to resume contact reps.
Contact with that bench. He ain't going nowhere. He's getting in there.
I mean, is he a better option than Cam? I think so. I think so.
Honestly, considering how it's been since he
won
gone
out, Cam didn't.
I gotta say it might be Darno Tom, man. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it.
Let him reevaluate. Let's see what he does. Like, he's probably not playing this week against y'all, but see what he does the last 2 games of the season.
I was about to say, if this man come in and get some dubs, oh God, Carolina Panthers, Twitter, blogs, all that is going to be lit AF.
I don't even know what to do with that information if he does do well. You know what I mean? Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Teddy Bridgewater's in concussion protocol. Highly unlikely he will be ready for week 16.
Yeah.
And then also, last but not least, the Raiders safety Jonathan Abram dislocated his shoulder on Monday Night Football. So he will probably be out for a while.
Yeah. Water is wet with the John Abram shoulder injury. I mean, I feel like we get this every year because of his reckless style of play. Like he's a hitter.
Full speed into people.
He is a hitter. It's always going to be a problem for him, especially like if it's the same shoulder.
It was a weird, like he got like bit like a weird way. Like I was watching it. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was All right. Well, we got a segment this week for you called "Who Are the Good Teams." We're just gonna talk. We're gonna do a little recap real quick of some of the top teams in the NFL, and then I'm gonna say a name, and you tell me if they're a contender or not.
I will do that, sir. Okay. Yep. I ain't saying nothing. We're gonna shock value here.
Colts beat the Patriots at their own game. Carson Wentz only threw the ball 12 times for 57 yards and a touchdown and a pick. Jonathan Taylor did the rest.
He did.
Lions beat the Cardinals of all teams. Jared Goff, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers for Mr. Jared Goff. Does that make you reevaluate his future?
I mean, he's got a long rope in Detroit, so long rope, before we get to him getting kicked out. So, he's got some time to.
They have so many other positions that if they draft a quarterback in the first round, their fan base is going to be livid.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, like, unless someone falls in their lap, but I don't see them doing anything different. Nah.
Right. The Cowboys don't really look like a 10-win team, but yeah, they're one of the 10-win teams in the NFC right now. Bills are back on track. They decimate the Panthers. Josh Allen, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. And then we had the Packers holding on against the Ravens, 31-30. That other failed 2-point conversion could have gone a completely different way. Rodgers doing Rodgers things, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns. But our boy Huntley, 215 yards and 2 touchdowns as well.
Yeah, still looking good.
And then on the other foot, you had the Steelers taking care of business against the Titans. Which was another just terrible offensive game.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Najee Harris ran for 18 yards, and they won the game.
I did not see that coming, man. I did not see Najee not getting off like that. But okay, so you went through the games. All right, what you got?
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you some teams, and you tell me if you think they're contenders, and then I'm going to tell you, everybody listening, the current betting odds for the Super Bowl champions.
Nice. Got money on it.
All right. Shawn, contender or not? The Indianapolis Colts.
Contender
Ooh.
with an asterisk. I don't, like contender though. They are contender. Drew, bro, defense still does win championships. Unfortunately, that's why the Kansas City Chiefs got held to 9 points in the biggest game of their lives. So defense does win championships. And not only that, but with a running game, especially this time of year when it's cold, my man's getting 170 yards a game almost. Like it's, that dude's gonna be able to do some damage. They have a winning formula. The asterisk, of course, is your boy Carson Wentz. That's the asterisk. That's the you don't know what you're gonna get. How are they going to game plan around or for or against Carson Wentz? Like that's the question.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Shawn, contender or not? Arizona Cardinals.
Let me look at my handy dandy notebook. Pretender. Ooh. Paper tiger, man. Not a contender in my opinion. I think the last couple of weeks have shown they're good. They are a good team. I can't say they're not a good team, but like as far as winning a Super Bowl, I think that something eventually will get them being a young team. Who knows if it's COVID injury? I don't know. It's just something about them that tells me that I don't think that they can win it. So that's why in my eyes, even though they're a good team, not a good team.
Gotcha. Is it going to be the offense or the defense's fault?
I think it'll be the offense's fault because but the defense has been playing lackadaisical these last couple of weeks. But I still think it'll probably be the offense because I believe in that defense a lot more.
Okay. They are 1-2 in their last 3 games. Shawn, contender or not? Buffalo Bills.
I have got them not a contender, man. Something's going on there as well. You know what I mean? Like I don't see it in the card. I don't have it in the cards for them this year. But in their defense, I think they're living largely off early season success, even though they were kind of up and down during the middle part. But I don't know. It's just something about them that I don't think that they'll be able to win a Super Bowl, like given what we've currently seen and they put on tape.
All right. Well, I got one last one for you. Shawn, contender or not? Baltimore Ravens.
They are not a contender. They're not a contender, man. They keep putting too much on Mark Andrews. And in my opinion, that's a recipe for not winning a Super Bowl, only having 2 facets of an offense or you know what I'm saying, like a limited offense. You can't win a Super Bowl like that. Like eventually somebody's going to figure you out.
Because you got to think all those teams that we have said, over our episodes about, winning a Super Bowl with a bad quarterback, they had great skill players.
Yeah.
You can't have, you can't just have the one weapon. You got to have a dynamic running back or a great receiver that makes a mediocre quarterback look really good.
Because it's hard to overcome a limited offense when a team gets the sole focus to prepare for you for 2 whole weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
they can key in on you. And a lot of times you've already played the teams in the season. So.
That's very true.
Got to have different options. You remember when this Baltimore offense was cooking though, and you had no idea who was getting the ball?
Where's that at?
Right. That's only a year or 2 ago.
I mean, they did have the running backs or whatever, but
big trust.
So just I guess quickly before we move on, man, I'll give y'all the teams that I wrote down, and honestly, it's in my opinion, it's only 8 teams 4 from each conference, in my opinion, that have a
Here's
genuine shot.
Yeah, all right. Here's
Here's
the final 4.
And I don't know how
it's going to things can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. COVID, whatever.
Yeah. All right. You give your 8, and then I'll tell you the current Caesars betting odds for favorites.
Perfect.
I got the top 5. I got the top 5 for Caesars.
So in my opinion, the AFC, the genuine contenders in no particular order: New England, Los Angeles Chargers, Indianapolis Colts with a asterisk.
yeah.
And the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Like, I like with the offense and defense and what they are capable of, and you saw like the defense is continuing to play well. That is a recipe for success. I don't know if they can do it because they're a young team. That's the only question I have. Cincinnati's a good team. They're a good team. Okay. NFC.
Also, where's the Chiefs? No Chiefs?
No Chiefs. I don't think they can win it.
I know it's not a game, but upset alert.
Yeah, I don't think they can win it, man.
All right.
And just quick, it's because what we were talking about earlier in the show. Go back if you missed it. They rely too much on Kelsey to get off and Hill to get off, and they need somebody else. And the running game hadn't been doing it. They have receivers, but they aren't getting the ball consistently.
They have like 17 mediocre receivers.
That's what I'm saying. So if you get a team a la the Bucs game plan last year that runs those 2 deep safeties and kind of knows what you're doing, what are y'all going to do?
Well, that's why they were struggling earlier in the year with the 2 deep safeties, Yep.
So NFC. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not getting there. I'm not off the train.
You can't.
I'm not off the train. Like, they're still a good team.
You saw it in Tom Brady's eyes, and I hate that we're playing him next. But you saw in Tom Brady's eyes, he's doing work next week, and that upsets me.
Yep. Yeah. So I expect them to come back. I think they're a Super Bowl threat. I don't know if they can win it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they can.
I mean, there's a lot. The whole reason we're doing this segment is there's a lot of teams that might not.
Right, exactly. So they're still in it for all the reasons that I don't feel like going in right now. Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Green Bay Packers are the hottest team probably in the league right now. Thought about now. And
changes every couple of weeks. Who's hot?
Quick follow-up question for you about Green Bay Packers, Drew. I want to hear your thoughts on this. But other 2 teams, NFC West contenders, baby. San Francisco 49ers are back. And they are dangerous.
I'm ready to see what they do on Thursday night against the Titans. I'm excited about another good Thursday night game, baby.
Yeah, I love it when good games are on Thursday night.
Yes,
man. I do
sir.
like it.
And especially this week, I got time to watch it and sit back and enjoy it.
Take notice. Thursday games don't need to be duds.
Don't need to be the Jets and Dolphins. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Last team, LA Rams. LA Rams.
Yeah.
Those are my 8 teams, man. I
agree with you on the NFC for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's the top 5 betting odds.
Let's go.
We got a tie at number 4 at plus 1,000. You got the LA Rams and New England Patriots.
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
I would take that bet.
Number 3, plus 600, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That is slightly better odds than what I bet earlier in the year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I want to say they were plus 550. Okay. So not bad for them. Still kind of hanging around. Curious to see what the next one coming up is, though.
Number 2 plus, well, actually, number 1 and number 2 have the same odds. So I guess the 2 best teams are 2 best betting teams right now at plus 450.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm not taking that bet. And like we just talked about it. Talked about it. Yeah. And I guess like that's what I was
I know we're states away, but I still keep watching your screen to see if my wife's gonna come like close on you like through the screen.
How'd you get here so fast? Nah, man. I don't know if I'm taking that bet. Obviously, we just talked about the Chiefs, but we haven't talked about the Packers. And I'm a little alarmed because that defense had been playing lights out. But what happened to them boys against?
What happened to them boys?
What happened, right? What happened to them boys against the Ravens? Well, that's a little concerning for me that they are still susceptible to having some problems. And maybe it's just me, but like that NFC Championship game like showed me that, and they got beat twice by the Bucs last year, that they are fallible. You know what I'm saying? Like they can be beat. So, and that's what I was going to ask you, Drew, talking quickly about the Packers. It does it not seem to me, because they're like one of the hottest teams in the league right now, if not the hottest team, but does it seem that when they're hot, everybody is like completely on their train, and then as soon as they lose, it's
people
like
stop talking about them immediately.
Right.
Yeah. And then plus I feel like when they're at their hottest the last few years, they get knocked down a peg or two. So
yeah.
See what happens to them this week.
We'll see.
Playing the Browns. Stay tuned for locks. I might have an opinion about it.
Oh,
okay.
All right. Let's go.
We got a new segment for Christmas. It's called the Christmas Wish List. Shawn, give me a team and what they might have on their list.
All right. Well, my first wish for this team, or this team should be wishing for, Dallas Cowboys. It is the Dallas Cowboys. And what did they write to Santa this year? For hopefully they get it under the tree. I don't know. We'll see. But Dallas, they wrote on their list, they wish that the offense from the first 4 weeks of the season would show up. That's what they are hoping for.
So a time machine, basically.
A time machine. They need a time machine. They need to bring that offense back, baby. They want that old thing back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they that's what Dallas is wishing for this holiday season. So will they get it? I don't know. I don't know. What you got, man?
I got the Carolina Panthers, and their wish list has to be a new coach and a new quarterback.
They are probably close to getting that wish. I don't know. What you think? Man?
I mean, he's got to be on the hot seat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see us doubling down. Tepper ain't gonna keep him around for another year, especially if we close out strong and lose these next 3 games. You know, so.
The opposite of close out. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I know the Jags are currently in position to get the number 1 pick again, but who knows? Maybe they'll go on a win streak. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just want top 5. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, I see that for y'all, and hopefully, well, I say this as an unbiased person, but like hopefully for y'all, there's a quarterback rush. And maybe y'all aren't swept up by that, and then you get
I hope we don't reach
player.
Yeah, I hope we don't reach. You know, because like a lot of those quarterbacks don't need to go in the top 10, unfortunately, and they will, because that's just the nature of the NFL right now.
It is. We see it every year. My second team, Drew. Team right in the Santa this 2021 season. Hopeful they can get it. It is the Denver Broncos. It is the Denver Broncos. Wishing on a star, because they are hoping for John Elway reincarnate. That's what they're hoping for.
Trevor Lawrence,
maybe, I don't know.
Trade their whole team for Trevor.
Right, has yet to be seen, but they need a quarterback, because that defense again shows you in a loss how good they can be, and they the pundits were right about that one. I'll give them that. Like, they said if Aaron Rodgers was on that team, it'd be a playoff team, a Super Bowl contender. I believe them now.
Yeah,
I really do.
This is a whole new whole different season if Aaron Rodgers is Denver Broncos.
Yep.
All right, my second team, Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo wishing
on a silent night for a resemblance of a run game.
And they need it.
Yeah,
they need it. Yeah. That's not surprising. You know, sometimes the presents are exactly what you need, not what you want. You know.
Yeah.
Like socks. You know.
Socks.
Yeah. Which horrible gift as a kid, great gift as an adult. You know?
Right. I can't wait. I hope I get socks this year.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how many holes I had in my socks. I need new socks.
But that's a pretty good one, man. And honestly, that's why I don't really have them in my teams, man. Because if they don't get it, I don't think they can win the Super Bowl.
Nah, it's very tough to be a one-dimensional team in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs in general. You know what I mean? So,
and Josh Allen can,
if they get there, they got to win to get there.
Oh, that's right. AFC is thick. 2 C's, baby. 2 C's.
Nope. They got an extra seed now. There's a 7th seed, so 3 C's.
3 C's. I like it.
C's.
I like it. But Josh Allen is magic, but I just don't know. That might be too much for him to overcome.
Hey, better hope that walking boots magic.
I forgot about that.
He's a big hit away from being back in it. You know,
it showed up like magic. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. All right, let's get into our matchups and locks before we get out of here and wish you a Merry Christmas. Shawn, what is your matchup of the week?
Drew, my matchup of the week, and there's some good ones.
There's such a great schedule this week.
Indianapolis. Merry Christmas. Indianapolis, Arizona, man. Indianapolis, Arizona.
Okay, you went Colts, Cardinals. All right, nice.
Yeah, because this is, I mean, we just talked about how deep the AFC is as far as teams that can get in. Arizona have been reeling as of late. A couple questions I have, man. What's the game plan for Carson Wentz? 5 of 12 this past week.
Ain't gonna get it done.
Ain't gonna get it done. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. So what is the game plan for him? This is a matchup of 2 top 10 defenses. Now, one of the keys as far as getting into those numbers, Arizona is 7th in sacks as far as in the league.
And Wentz is sack worthy.
Not great for Wentz, right? That is not great for him and potential decisions. We all know at that point in the game.
We all know Carson Wentz keeps a level head and makes the best decisions. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what we know about him. Indianapolis is 3rd in picks, Drew. So will that cost
Kyler throws him a time or two?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like he's susceptible to that. And unfortunately, I hate to kind of beat a dead horse or whatever, but like he's short. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always going to be an issue if he can't get a clean pocket. So and that defense is stout. How, Drew, honestly, another key before I kick it over, another couple keys, but how is Connor utilized for Arizona?
That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking that are the Cardinals going to be able to combat Taylor and the run game with Connor in their run game?
Right. Now, I will say, like, and I'll kick it to you on this, but if Connor is the better back in the game, Arizona wins.
Oh, like, no, hands down.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah. So, and last point for Indianapolis is like they needed more from the passing game. Like they really did. So, which wide receivers, if any,
Michael Campbell's still out?
I think he's still hurt. I hadn't seen him in a while. But
I think he's progressing, but I think he's still dealing with that foot injury.
I
think I read that earlier today.
Wide receivers do need.
They gotta have it ended Greg Olson's career. You know what I mean?
Like, they need feet. Greg Olson, low key, great in the booth.
Oh, I'm loving him.
Yeah,
loving it. Dude. Loving it.
He's good in the booth, man.
I like it. All right, my matchup of the week is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh,
because the Steelers just seem to win games, man.
I didn't think you were going there, but
I want to see. COVID's decimating the Chiefs, so what are they going to have on the field? What's Big Ben going to be able to do against this suddenly stout Kansas City defense?
Yeah.
I mean, the way last week went, you think we could have a 9-6 game? You know?
Yeah. Oh God, you don't talk about 9 scores. Scores with 9.
Sorry.
It's too triggering for me.
Sorry. I apologize. My bad. I'm sorry.
Especially
but who do you think?
Only need 10. You only needed 10 points.
That's a field goal and a touchdown, folks. Keeping score at home.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. But I think big implications in the AFC playoff race. Whoever wins this game, because the Chiefs beating the Chargers can afford to lose, but I know they don't want to because they want that higher seed. You know, they want home field advantage. But Steelers really need to win this game, and I know being around Chiefs fans, Pittsburgh has been their kryptonite from time to time. So, very intrigued.
Yeah, and not only is it the Steelers who need the win, but the Steelers who are the Steelers, but now you add in the desperation of the Steelers needing this win too, and I don't know. So I can definitely see why you picked it as your matchup. Yeah.
All right. Well, our marquee matchup, the one that the spotlight is gonna be on, is all the marbles for the AFC North. The Baltimore Ravens at Cincinnati Bengals.
That's the one I'm definitely most intrigued by, man. And like a lot of questions still need to be answered. I think, Cincinnati got the victory, but it wasn't great, you know what I'm saying? So like, can they get back to their winning ways? Obviously, I probably want them to do that because I have them as a Super Bowl contender, and they need to prove that. Like they still got to prove
game.
It. This is that game. Is Baltimore gonna make another fourth down?
I hope so. I hope they go. I hope they go for a 2-point. I hope this game comes down to a 2-point conversion again.
Yeah.
I love it.
Chaos.
I just love that the team with the best kicker in the league that let him get on the field.
I just now thought about that, Drew.
Because how many overtime games are won by a field goal? You really don't want to risk, Tucker kicking a 67-yarder to win the game. I mean, come on, if any team's gonna do it,
it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him. I think they don't make that mistake in the playoffs. I think it's Tucker time all
different
day.
game. Yeah, and I think with Lamar under center, it's a different game too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, still,
I'm talking about like Harbaugh's mindset. I'm not saying Huntley's not capable of doing what he does, but I think Harbaugh has way more faith, as he should. I mean, Lamar Jackson's fantastic.
He is, but my problem is like, why, as far as the Huntley decision, bro, is like, why at that point in the game do you not do what you do best, which is run the ball?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. In that situation, that goal to go, you needed it. Why are you doing? I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. All right, let's get into these locks. I am currently sitting. I went 2-0 last week. I picked the Packers over the Ravens, and the Broncos to lose to the Bengals. So I'm sitting at 15-13. Your Bucks let you down, so you went 1-1. You picked the Bucks to win, but you also picked the Titans to lose to Pittsburgh, and that came true. So you're sitting at 16-12. You got a game lead. Shawn, who is winning this week?
Who is winning this week? Not necessarily a cupcake pick, because these two teams arguably close in record, even if you don't think they should be. Seattle gets a win over the Bears this week. I got Seattle getting a win there. I think that definitely happens. Bears done, even though I do like Justin Fields, but they're done. So
yeah. All right. Well, I got kind of that same end. I am picking the Packers to end Cleveland, putting them out of their misery.
Yeah. Damn. If Cleveland loses and they are ultimately done, Drew, is there wholesale changes in Cleveland next year?
You can't. You got to stick with somebody at some point. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they underachieved. Yes, they should have made the playoffs. Yes, they made the playoffs last year. Yes, it was a step back, but just have some consistency for a change, man.
Cleveland, don't give in to your inner Cleveland.
You want a Cleveland. I know you want a Cleveland, but don't Cleveland.
You heard it first. Drew, who you got losing this week, my guy? Who you got losing?
This might be a shocker because I've been a fan of theirs the last little bit, but I think the New England Patriots are going to lose to the Buffalo Bills this week, just to make it interesting.
Okay. Which I love it. I'm all for it. You love chaos. I love chaos in the AFC. Keep that shit over there. Keep it over there.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
I mean, is it really the AFC East if Buffalo doesn't win this game?
Well, no, it would be the AFC East because the New England Patriots will be on top
again.
Right. Again. So it would be the AFC East. A little bit different, but no, I hope Buffalo wins for them and their fans. But we'll see.
It was a tough game. I know.
Yeah,
I know. But I mean, every matchup was tough. Are you kidding me? I felt like I was kind of leaning into the NFL season. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just when you think a team's definitely going to win, they don't.
They don't. For me, my loss is the New Orleans Saints lose to the Miami Dolphins because that's what you do. You get up for big games against better teams and you lose the next week because that is what you do. You are not a good team. Okay.
Oh, man.
You see this red, and it's like a bull in a china shop. Like you just get all worked up. You get all worked up. You make dirty plays. You put dirty hits on players. You are a trash fan team. Excuse me. Fan base is great. Fan base is great. Love you. Love your city. Team is trash.
Love
Okay.
you. Love your city.
Team is trash. Okay. Your players are trash. Cam Jordan is trash. Okay. Saints lose. Saints lose.
Saints lose to the Dolphins, and that helps. That only helps the Dolphins playoff push. You know what I mean? Because they keep winning.
Dolphins get it.
What if we get a first round game of the Colts versus the Dolphins?
Colts? Colts? I think. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, Dolphins, because Wentz will wins in that situation. Like you think he'll get it, right?
Well, what if Tua's?
Which quarterback will quarterback?
That's good. That's fair. That's fair. Shawn, where can they find you on social media, my man?
Oh man, this was fun, man. At the Kid Suds on Twitter, at nickel_Dom FB on Twitter as well, and at the illustrious nickel_Dom football on IG. Drew, where can they find you at, man?
Hit me up on Instagram at Laugh with Harrison. And you guys just have a Merry Christmas. You know, I'm going to be excited. We got a great weekend of football. Hang out with the fam, open some presents, sip some hot cocoa, just watch some football.
Yeah. It'll actually
know that's what I'm going to be doing.
NFL had to get into that Christmas market, man. They ain't leaving that to the
NBA. No. Nice. Well, y'all have a great holidays. We'll see you next week. Thank you.